Hey there, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's talk about Tyreek Hill. Yeah, you heard me right. Now Hill recently said he wouldn't leave his current team. But man, things are starting to feel a little tense over there. And the rumors, they're heating up. There's talk that Hill might actually be considering a move back to the Chiefs. And get this, he reportedly has no interest in joining another team. Just imagine it, Hill back in Kansas City. If this happens, it would be a massive boost for the Chiefs offense. A reunion with Mahomes, that could recreate the deadly duo that used to strike fear into defenses across the league. Chiefs Kingdom is already dreaming about it. And honestly, I am too. But could this really be the reunion that takes the Chiefs back to the Super Bowl? We've got some huge trade rumors to dive into today. And it's not just about Hill. There's also some serious buzz that the Chiefs could be making a blockbuster move for Seahawks star receiver DK Metcalf. Yeah, you heard me right. There's talk that Metcalf could be heading to Arrowhead. And I've got all the details. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. All right, so why would Duck Metcalf leave Seattle? Well, to put it simply, contract negotiations haven't exactly gone smoothly. He's looking for a fresh start, and what better place than Kansas City? With Patrick Mahomes leading the charge, the Chiefs are in the title hunt every single year. And let's be real, the Chiefs need a dominant X receiver, someone who can stretch the field and make those game-changing plays. That's exactly what Metcalf does best. Standing at 6'4" and weighing 230 pounds, Metcalf is an absolute physical freak. He's got blazing speed and elite playmaking ability. Now picture this, Metcalf lining up outside, Travis Kelce dominating the middle, Rashee Rice in the slot, and Xavier Worthy using his speed to create mismatches. That's an offense that would be nearly impossible to stop. But the biggest upgrade for Metcalf, playing with Patrick Mahomes, no disrespect to Geno Smith. He's a solid QB. But Mahomes, he's on a whole different level. With Mahomes' deep ball accuracy and his ability to extend plays, Metcalf could finally unlock his full potential in ways he just couldn't in Seattle's more balanced offensive scheme. So what would it take to bring Metcalf to Kansas City? Reports suggest the Chiefs could land him for as little as a third-round pick. And if that's the price, that's an absolute steal. Now, the Seahawks might ask for a first-rounder at first, Mondo at first. But if Metcalf really wants out, that could drive his value down. Financially, this move makes sense too. Metcalf could sign a 3-year, $85 million extension. And the Chiefs can afford that given their need for a true role. So what do you think, Chiefs Kingdom? Would you trade for DK Metcalf? Drop AT in the comments if you're all in, or a P if you think we should pass. But wait, we're not done. There's another potential target we have to talk about. Veteran wide receiver Tyler Lockett. Now, DK Metcalf might be the flashy high upside move, but Lockett, he brings fucking valuable experience and reliability. Lockett was recently released by Seattle and is now a free agent in Kansas City. Could be the perfect landing spot for him. He may not be in his prime anymore, but Lockett is a precise route runner with great hands. That makes him an ideal target for Mahomes, especially in those crucial third down situations and in the red zone. And here's a cool connection. Lockett's father, Kevin Lockett, played for the Chiefs back in the late 90s. Plus, Tyler played his college ball at Kansas State. A homecoming to KC, that could be the perfect ending to his career. Financially, Lockett would be a much cheaper option than Metcalf. Reports suggest he could sign for around $8 million, making him a cost-effective veteran addition. And even though his numbers have dipped in recent years, he still averaged 12.2 yards per reception last season. The dude can still make an impact. So, Chiefs Kingdom, it's your turn again. Should the Chiefs sign Tyler Lockett? Type in for yes if you think he'd be a great fit, or if you believe KCC should go for a younger option. Whether it's DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett, one thing's for sure, the Chiefs are going to make moves to stay competitive. And, I'll be right here covering it all. All right, let's shift gears and talk about the future of Travis Kelce. For months, rumors have been swirling about whether this past season would be his last. Some thought he'd retire, while others believed he had one more run in him. But let's be real. After everything Kelce's done for Kansas City, it's so hard to imagine this team without him. The 2024 season was a roller coaster. The Chiefs fought their way back to the Super Bowl, only to fall short against the Eagles. It was a tough loss, and it left everyone wondering, was that Kelce's last game? After the final whistle, the speculation began. Kelce's given 13 years to this franchise. He's earned 10 Pro Bowls, multiple Super Bowl rings, and cemented his legacy as one of the greatest tight ends of all time. The rumors only grew in the offseason. Analysts pointed to his age. He'll be 36 this year and questioned whether the physical toll of the game had finally caught up with him. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. So I got to ask, what did you think? Did you believe Kelce was going to retire after last season? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear where you stood when all those rumors were flying around. But after months of speculation, we finally got our answer. Kelce made it official on his New Heights podcast. He's coming back for his 13th NFL season and Chiefs Kingdom. That was a moment to celebrate. What really stood out, though, wasn't just that he's returning. It's why he didn't talk about money or stats. He talked about unfinished business. We're back at it for at least one more year. Kelce said, I still love what I do for this city and this organization. That right there, that's the heart of a competitor. Kelce isn't coming back just to play another season. He's coming back to win. That Super Bowl loss clearly left a bad taste in his mouth, and he's got one goal, getting that 5th ring. The locker room, oh, it's buzzing. Mahomes, Andy Reid, the whole team knows just how important Kelce is, not just as a player, but as a leader. And when Mahomes himself reacted with excitement on social media, you just knew this team was ready. So tell me, what was your first reaction when you heard Kelce was coming back? Did you always believe he'd return, or did you think 2024 was his last ride? Let me know in the comments. But let's be real. Kelce may be 36, but he's still one of the most dominant tight ends in the league. Despite all the talk about slowing down, he's still putting up elite numbers and making clutch plays when it matters most. Who's next after Kelce? If he decides to hang up his cleats after the 2025 season, who's stepping into those massive shoes? Do the Chiefs already have someone in mind, or are they going to have to go out and find the next great tight end? Let's talk about it in the comments, because I know everyone's got an opinion on this one. But no matter what happens, one thing is for sure, Kelce's legacy is already set in stone. Whether he retires after 2025 or sticks around for a few more years, his impact on the Kansas City Chiefs is undeniable. When you think of the Chiefs, you think of Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce. That's the core. He's been his cornerstone of this franchise for over a decade. We're talking about 10-time Pro Bowl, a Super Bowl champion, and a game-changing tight end. But it's not just about the stats. Kelce's influence off the field is just as important. He's a leader, a competitor, and a guy who lifts up everyone around him. His work ethic, his confidence, and his clutch performances, and that's the stuff legacies are made of, and his will last long after he's done playing. Now, shifting gears a bit, the Chiefs are making some serious moves this offseason, and their latest signing is all about one thing, protecting Patrick Mahomes. With changes happening on the offensive line, Kansas City just made a big addition to keep their franchise quarterback upright and playing at his best. The Chiefs reached a 2-year, $30 million deal with offensive lineman Jaylon Moore, and $12.04 million of that is fully guaranteed. This was first reported by Adam Schefter, and it shows just how serious the Chiefs are about building a solid offensive front. And honestly, this move makes perfect sense. If you've been paying attention to the Chiefs' offseason strategy, this fits right into the bigger picture. Just last week, they placed the franchise tag on guard Trey Smith and made the tough decision to trade veteran Joe Thuney, a move that was mostly about freeing up cap space. With Thuney gone, they needed a reliable lineman, and Moore is the guy they're betting on. So who exactly is Jaylon Moore? He's a 6'4", 311-pound lineman who was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in 2021. Since then, he's played in 55 total games, starting in 12. Now, while he wasn't a consistent starter in San Francisco, he brings a lot of versatility and experience, and that's exactly what Kansas City's O-line needs, right? Let's be real. Keeping Mahomes protected has to be the Chiefs' number one priority if they want to stay Super Bowl contenders. Last season, we saw the offensive line struggle, especially against the elite pass rushers. Upgrading the trenches was a must, and signing Moore is just one more step towards solidifying that unit. But this move raises some questions. Will Moore step in as a full-time starter? Are the Chiefs going to keep adding more pieces to the O-line? Could they still target another lineman in free agency or the draft? One thing's for sure, Kansas City isn't sitting back. They know Mahomes is the key to this dynasty, and keeping him protected is the best way to keep winning championships. So, what do you guys think? Will Jaylon Moore be a difference maker for the Chiefs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you.